episode of You Reaching or Teaching. I'm your host, Derek.
And I'm your boy, Aaron.
And this is episode 15, brought to you by nobody, of course, but we're here. But yeah, Father's Day just passed, so shout out to all the fathers. Hope y'all had a great day. Mm-hmm. The active fathers, I should say.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all for, having a great impact on your children's lives. So shout out to y'all.
Shout out to the fathers who ain't here no more, but was impactful too.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Gilbert Arenas. He
facts.
He DM'd us back, which was actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, let me tell you about that because that was like a morning type thing, I believe, right?
Yeah, it was like 9 in the morning.
So we both, we both got access to the page or whatnot. So I'm looking, I'm like, Gilbert Arenas. I say, look, somebody trying to spam us or something, like, because we always get like people trying to spam the inbox or whatever. So I said, ain't no damn Gilbert. I said, what the fuck? What the hell Aaron done did? So I went to it. I seen the check. I'm like, oh shit, that's really
That's really good with Arenas.
Really, yeah. Yeah, that was cool though. Yeah,
it was. We also got responded to by Highlight Sports.
Highlight, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to y'all too. Appreciate it.
But
that was crazy. I didn't think he was gonna respond.
Yeah, man. You gotta think they on the West Coast time, so by the time I think I seen this, it was like 9, 10 o'clock, maybe. Yeah, no more than 11 probably. So I'm like, this nigga is up. Why this nigga up?
He was up.
That nigga is always up. Hell yeah, but that was cool though.
I guess he figured he had time just in case of disrespect.
But I think he had mentioned that before though. Like he'll just be scrolling. He'll answer back to people. Cause he don't really be doing. He don't be outside like that.
Nah.
All the shit he need is in his house. Shit.
Yeah, you're right.
All the shit he need is in his house.
I think he also realizes that also is good for him too to create engagement.
Yeah.
And so him responding back is kind of like an honor.
Yeah, no, that's facts. But I would kind of expect that out of course, you ain't gonna get replies out of everybody, but it just. I expect that out of like a media person like Gil at that at that level. Of course, his platform is big in the sports world. So, but I still expect somebody like Gil to respond to his fans and stuff like that. So shout out to you, Gil.
Yeah, he on that level of like people who he famous, but he ain't gonna
humble though.
Yeah,
modest.
That's true.
Shout out to Gil, man. But before we get things cracking, wanna give a RIP to the logo himself, Jerry West. He passed away last week. While we're recording this is June 17th, Monday. But he passed away last week. Of course, we didn't watch him growing up, anything like that, but we've seen the highlights. Lakers legend, NBA legend. The only person to get Finals MVP and lose in the finals. So I think I don't want to call it accolades. I don't have it in front of me right now, but I think he was like a 14-time All-Star. Yeah. Inducted to the Hall of Fame for multiple reasons. Player, executive. I think it was something else too.
And coach.
Coach, yeah. So he had a lot of impact on the NBA. So when you say, when you talk about Mount Rushmore. I'm not mad if somebody picked Jerry West on the Mount Rushmore just because of the hand he had in all of our dynasties as well as the Warriors, and then putting the Clippers together. Yeah. He worked with somebody else too. I think he worked with the Grizzlies. I think it was Memphis. I think Memphis. Yeah. But yeah, he got a lot of accomplishments under his belt.
He does, because legit, every team he's had a hand in has been to the playoffs or has won a championship. Yeah. Like, you can't say that about every team or every executive, because you got, sorry, Mike, Charlotte.
That's why he's selling the shit.
He did. He sold it.
He already sold it.
He made more back from what he made owning it.
Because he won't do nothing with that team. Nah. No disrespect, but all the disrespect at the same time.
You can't be great at everything.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't. But
I still say Jerry West had one of the hardest interview responses. They were talking about, back in the day, we had dogs, but I want a dog.
I'm a wolf.
I'm a wolf. I hate dogs.
That was cold. That was cold. Jerry West cold with it. You can see some of the interviews that he had. You could kind of see what type of player he was. So and I mean, shoot. We talk about different eras, but if you did play through that 60s, 70s era, I mean, we already knew what the state of America was like during that time. So you kind of had it. You got to have some type of grit.
Yeah, that's true.
Grit playing.
That's very true.
You know what I'm saying? So,
man, one of my boys said Jerry West the type of dude to call you at late at night if you ever feel like you disrespect him. I said how? He said probably 4 in the morning. What's that shit you said?
Get your bitch ass up, yo. I seen the interview just now. Get your ass up.
I'm like, look, I don't doubt
I am asleep.
Jerry, why are you up? Don't worry about all that. Don't worry about what the fuck I'm up.
Now when I pull up on your ass, don't you say nothing. It gonna be showtime.
No, for real.
It gonna be at your motherfucking house. That's the fuck gonna happen.
I couldn't help but laugh. I'm like, damn, Jerry probably would do some shit.
Jerry probably snapped out on these people. I don't know the exact words, but you heard what he said to JJ.
Yeah, man. Look,
how many points you have? Oh, so you ain't even good in your hair.
Oh man, he had smoke for shame.
Everybody, man. Look. But you gotta tip your head off to Jerry West and shoot everything that he done for the game, just the whole entire game of basketball. So I mean, if it wasn't for him, Kobe wouldn't have been on the Lakers. So
Clay wouldn't have been on the Warriors.
Yep. So you gotta give props where it's due. Another announcement that took place in the basketball world was our man Charles Barkley, Chuck, as some call him. He said after next season, he's retiring from TV after 25 seasons. How you feel about that?
Mixed feelings, because Charles Barkley is a very big personality, and he's very good for TV. But it's sad to see him go. But my question is who gonna replace him? Because I don't know. Besides Draymond, I don't know another basketball personality who's smart at the game as entertaining. Because Draymond can go back and forth with somebody just like Chuck. Yeah, and he's a basketball savant, just like how. Well, he's probably more basketball savvy than Barkley, just because Draymond's very intelligent at basketball. I'm not saying Charles ain't, but I don't know how you replace that, man. Don't. Well, I'm saying, you don't, and you can't. But it's also, I wonder what he's gonna do. I feel like he's gonna start a podcast. I listen.
I heard somebody say that it was he probably retire from TV. And just everything that comes with it, but he'll probably still have a podcast or something, still talking about sports, or whatnot. But like you said, excuse me,
he can join Shaq on his shoot.
Yeah, I mean, cause him and Ernie got the steam room. They've been doing that. Shaq got his thing. I don't think Kenny got a podcast or anything like that.
No, he do interviews and other things, other business avenues.
Yeah, but of course, him and Ernie, they got the deals under Warner. What is it? Warner Brothers?
It could be.
But they still got he could still do March Madness and Charles too.
Yeah.
But when I first heard it, I was like, damn, I'm getting old. That was my first reaction. I was like, damn, like you're saying, he's a great personality. I think the thing about inside the NBA that I would prefer the finals to be on TNT. Like you said, just knowing the game and bringing character with it, making it fun, making it something you wanna watch, you wanna listen to. Cause of with the. And no disrespect to the other analysts, but when you have 3 people that played the professional game of basketball, I would rather listen to them talk about basketball, because they not only just critique the play, but they actually like critique the play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, they did this. Maybe they should have did this, and the stuff of that nature. It's kind of like what Gil's doing on his podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't. So, but ESPN, I don't really. They alright, but I don't really like listen to them talk about the game as much as I do.
No, they good to get a good update.
Yeah,
you know, like, oh, okay, they won.
Yeah,
like
that's pretty much it. They give you the updates. They're the more analytical person.
Yeah,
instead of just talking about pure basketball stuff. Mm-hmm. That's why I'd rather listen to them. But I don't know, man. I don't know what they're gonna do because, of course, it's been talks about the TV deal anyway.
Yeah,
that the show may go off.
Mm-hmm.
It still haven't really been confirmed. I haven't really seen any reports that actually confirm that.
Yeah.
Whether it's actually going off or not.
It's just speculation.
It's just speculation at this point. But I don't know. It's gonna suck for me. I don't know about anybody else. Maybe just like our demographic, like our generation. I think it'll suck more for us. But
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe the young generation don't really care. Maybe the older generation don't really care. But I know for us, that's what we grew up on, watching them talk about basketball and whatnot. So I don't know. It's gonna suck not listening because he the. I don't mean this in a bad way, but Chuck like the dumbest one. Like he just stupid. he just stupid, man. I like listen to his jokes and him and Shaq going back and forth and stuff like that. It's like you can't really get that dynamic, that four piece combo in anywhere else.
And realistically, Shaq and Chuck work so great together because they don't got no filter. And I think that's what the difference is too with ESPN. Like they're not going to be honest. It's like what Charles did with the we're talking about the WNBA. It was like, hey, y'all petty. You won't see that on ESPN because if you do that, you're fired. Like,
and we already know. Chuck say, I ain't going over there. They work them too much and don't get paid.
No, because you covering everything from 5 a.m. to like 12 in the morning.
Oh, God.
No.
He said they got like he said you got to work like 2-3 shows over there. He said, I ain't going over there.
No.
I don't blame you, Chuck.
And then you got to hop on that flight like from LA to New York, maybe to Florida, depending on where you go. I couldn't do it. But shout out to who can though, who wants to.
Yeah. But I don't see nobody. I don't see them replacing nobody. Like if Charles gone, they might end. I don't know. I can't really say that. I just can't see nobody else though.
I can't.
Like no disrespect to Draymond, I think he's
fair.
Good as what he do, but he ain't Chuck though.
No, it's like I say Draymond because I think Draymond is entertaining as well. It's not Charles Barkley level entertaining, but I think Chuck is entertaining. Real quick though, speaking of entertaining. Shout out Unfiltered Brothers because sometimes I go back and I watch some of y'all videos. Y'all be killing me, man. It's like the slick shit Ford be saying be hilarious,
but they don't know that about Ford. Ford be saying some of the slickest shit ever. And he wasn't even supposed to been on there. Like, he's just supposed to been our equipment person. Like,
man, but no.
You bring a different type of energy.
It's like you gotta pause it to laugh so you don't miss none of the conversation because I don't know what he be saying next. So thank y'all, man.
No, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I always go back. Well, every day I always like just look at the analytics and whatnot. And it was one video that just like was out of nowhere. It was just getting views out of nowhere. I was like, let me go back and watch this and see what it was, and it was one of our episodes, and we gonna get into the show, but
yeah.
It was one of the episodes where we had the unfiltered arguments about the dumbest TV character. Man,
that was one of my favorite episodes. I was like, damn, I wish I was there for this conversation.
It's been some dumb arguments that we had. And those wasn't even like that Joe ran that that segment, but those wasn't even all the characters like, and the way he was doing it, I was like, man, we got to put these in brackets. Like, and then you actually just start talking, you be like, yo, it's some dumbass characters.
Did somebody say Cole?
Yeah, Cole.
Someone said Cole from Mars.
Because Cole, it was I think it was Cole and Patrick that was top 2.
Yeah.
But I think we gave the edge to Patrick because Patrick is just fucking stupid.
No, God.
The whole time. But
Look,
yeah, y'all gotta go back and watch all that
Please
shit.
do. Please do. Cause God, man.
Yeah, like I be saying that like when we first started, like that's some of our like best work. Like some of our best conversations, like when we first started. Like that first year, you gotta go watch those. Those are classics. I don't care what nobody say.
I agree. I definitely agree.
That was definitely some of our best work, man. But back to the topic at hand. Shout out to Chuck. Appreciate you for all you done. In regards to basketball, in regards to being a commentator and sports analyst. Shout out to you.
Yep.
Let's see what else. What else been happening in the NBA world? Oh, I did want to bring up a question for you because I was just looking at different highlights, and Dwight had crossed my feed. Dwight Howard, and I was just looking. I think it was just highlights from 2008.
Okay.
That USA run, and I was looking. I was like, damn, like he was dominant on the defensive side, but also the offensive side. It's been, I don't know, recent years what center has been dominant on.
In the Olympics?
No, just
just
in
on
general,
both ends?
like the NBA, just like both ends. You could probably say Embiid.
We probably could say Embiid.
But I would kind of give the edge to Dwight still. But I was thinking, I was like, accolades aside, accolades and stats aside, just speaking on talent, skill, and and their ability, right?
We gotta make this a clip.
Where do you rank Dwight as a center?
It's crazy that you just said this because I remember earlier talking to somebody who shall not be named about 2 years ago. They asked me my top 10 centers, and I actually left Dwight off. But then I had to go back and think about like, no, I need to put him back on. But where I rank him as a center, without accolades,
if we throwing away accolades,
I put him in top 5.
Okay.
The only people I put above him is Shaq and Kareem. I put Shaq and Kareem. I think Bill Russell's debatable, but I would put Dwight at 3 with an asterisk, and then Bill at 4 with an asterisk because those could be switched. But I put Dwight in my top 5 of centers. So.
Okay.
So if you watching, you know the fuck you are. There you go. I changed it.
When I was looking at it, I was like, stats, accolades aside, I was like, you gotta put Dwight in top 5.
Yeah.
As a center. Like, this is stuff that he, like, we lived through that.
Yeah.
And I think I think when we have conversations today about just people, when you rank them and stuff of that nature, it kind of get lost, especially with this generation. They just strictly looking at stats.
Yeah.
They not really, they haven't lived through the game and actually saw this man play and everything. The impact he had on the game, like that shit. 07 to like 10, 11.
11, yeah.
That man, was dominant. Bro.
Dwight is the last person to genuinely get Defensive Player of the Year consecutive times.
Yes.
Like Rudy Gobert, 2 of the 4 he don't deserve. One should have went to AD and one should have went to Giannis. If not, Giannis getting the second one.
If you say that, 3 then. This shit should have been to Wemby.
Yeah, this shit. You're right.
This shit should have went to Wemby.
Gobert definitely deserved one.
No, he deserved it. Like
one of them, 2 of them. That's arguable, but Dwight is the last person. It was like, yeah, he got it. Like we all agreed, Dwight is Defensive Player of the Year. Cool,
facts.
Cool, no arguments. Wonderful.
Cause I don't mean to throw Gobert in there. Cause when you talk about like Dwight, a Ben Wallace, like these people that got multiple 3+.
Yes.
Like it don't really compare, but
it doesn't.
You continue.
But yeah, Dwight top 5 center of all time, excluding accolades.
Yeah,
excluding accolades.
Yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, man, you gotta put that man in the top 5. What he was doing in that court. So he would definitely be in my top 5. Honestly, I'm trying to think would he be in my top 5 with the accolades, because when you just if you leave out championships, individual accolades, he's still up there.
Yeah.
He might not have an MVP, but when you talk about defensive player of the year,
yep.
All
he got a championship. He was on the 20 team.
Yeah, but Shaq got 3.
Yeah.
Kareem got 6.
No.
Yeah, 6 because he got 5 with Magic, 1 with Oscar.
I thought you said 5 with the Magic, but I said he plays for the fucking Magic. No, with Magic.
Yeah. So those, the center still, Hakeem had 2.
Bill 11.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, just you throw the championships aside.
Yeah.
Still an all-star, all NBA teams. Like, I don't know, you could still kind of make a case for him being top 5. But yeah, I saw those highlights. I was like, man, this nigga was a beast. Like, why is he not on a team right now? But he's doing that. He's starting his own tournament over there.
That's what I'm saying. Dwight should still be on a roster. Because it's like, and I'm not knocking him because he was useful for us too. If JaVale McGee can still be on the roster, Dwight can still be on the roster.
A lot of these people.
If Thomas Bryant can be on a roster, if DeAndre Jordan is he a free agent?
No, that's a good question. I'm not sure if he's a free agent or not, but he was on Denver.
Yeah, like Dwight is better than almost every backup center on the bench right now.
Yes.
Like his 8 and 5 for us in the bubble was just as impactful as Kevon Looney in the starting lineup.
I'm about to say, because y'all think about how many minutes he got.
Yep.
That 8 and 5 came from probably 12 minutes of play.
Yeah.
So that was, like you said, that was an impactful, that's how you use your minutes.
Yep.
Once you get on the court, that's how you be productive on the court. And his defensive presence.
Yep.
I think we all know what he did with Jokic in the bubble.
That's what I'm saying. Because it's like Dwight, even though his athleticism ain't the same, he still can jump. He's still extremely physical. It's like people, when athletes get older, people start thinking that they ain't strong no more. Like, no. You may not be quicker no more. You may not can jump high no more, but you still strong. Like, Dwight is still a strong guy.
Facts.
Like, same thing with LeBron. Still a strong guy. DeMarcus Cousins still a strong dude. Even, we can go back and look at older people. Like, Kareem's last few years, he was still had strength. He just was old. But Dwight should still be on the roster today. And there's plenty of teams right now who could use him off the bench as your 8th man, 7th man.
Facts. Shit, some teams started.
For real.
If you want to talk about it, some teams.
If we can be real, he could go back and start in Orlando. Finish where you started.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he's better than Wendell Carter.
Facts.
I'd rather have Dwight than Wendell Carter right now if I'm Orlando.
Send his ass to the Clippers.
Yeah, might as well.
They need a 5. They need a 5. Put a Zubac on the bench. Let him come off the bench.
Zubac do better off the bench too.
Facts.
Fuck it. Hey. If y'all want to really respect Jerry West, sign Dwight to vet 1 year minimum.
You know what's funny?
Because you may be losing PG.
I want to go back to Jerry West. You know what's funny? I see somebody put a tweet out. It was like Jerry West hated the Celtics so much he would rather die
than see
them win another championship. I said, that's funny. That's funny.
God, ill-timed joke.
They said Jerry West stood on business. Stood on hard 10. He said, fuck that. I'm out of here. He said, I'm out of here.
This man rather had died than see the Celtics get another championship.
That's real live hate right there. That's a rivalry. That's a rivalry for your ass.
God.
You know.
That's funny.
You gotta really.
The internet is a creative and crazy place.
Man. Internet is wild, man. I could not stop laughing when I seen that. I was like, "Oh, y'all are hilarious."
But I appreciate a joke like that, though.
I do, man. I love jokes like that.
That's funny because it's better than some people talking about being disrespectful. He ain't fucking play nobody. Like, yeah, whatever. Nigga. Like, come on, man. Let the man rest.
I don't know, man. I feel like as the years go by. Damn, is it raining?
Yeah, it's raining.
As years go by, you're gonna start to adapt to the game, the game differently.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna gain skills that we didn't have 10 years ago. So 20 years from now, they probably look at today's highlights and be like,
Yeah, we've done with the 2020.
Y'all trash. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
I heard somebody say Michael Jordan didn't play no competition. I said, okay, now that's just hate.
It is hate. That's why I be saying, like, people just look at the highlights. They look at these the stats or something. I'm like, bro, actually look at the game. Look at his ability. Like, they talking about, and you know, the jelly he be doing on the layups and stuff like that. They was like, well, shoot, everybody in the NBA could do that. No, they cannot.
No, they can't.
It's really only like 5 people that's skilled enough that can actually do what Jordan be doing in the air. Like, just his decision making in the air be like, I don't feel like doing that. Let me just
and
go.
they throw it right up there.
Let me just go to this hand right quick. Like, no, it's too crowded. Let me go ahead and dip down under. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
put a little English on the ball.
Looking at Mike's highlights, it's like, I get why they hit you. Cause it's
you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta.
I get why they hit you.
You want to punch that nigga in the chest every time you come to the goddamn paint. Like, yes, I understand. Like, like this is like you said, he dunking on you easily. He playing in your face. Got the ball all right here. Like, get your short ass on.
Look,
me.
first
like,
of all,
on,
you
man.
ain't gonna fake it, and I look, and then you still here with me. Like, all right, and then you shoot it when I come back. Yeah.
I would have stole that nigga when I think Pippen had passed it to him. They always show this how, like, Pippen had passed him like on a fast break or some shit, and he caught that bitch like a football. One hand, just palmed it. It's a fucking basketball. How you just grab that shit like this,
bro,
in the air?
Athleticism, man. It's just different. But they done with the 90s up there. They done with the 90s.
Like,
that.
y'all niggas is not doing that.
I ain't seen
y'all
nobody
are not doing that, bro.
I didn't even see Brian do that. I haven't. I seen him throw very nice passes, but I ain't seen him catch one.
It's not. You can't name me 5 people that's more skilled than Jordan. You can probably give me like 2 or 3.
Somebody would say KD. Somebody would probably say Kyrie.
I think and KD is very skilled, but I think KD get the nod because of his height.
Yeah.
Just because, you know what Gilbert Arenas would say? Because he's a generational.
Yeah, he's a generational
talent. He's a generational talent. So it's not a lot of people. Like, we had Dirk. Like, and Dirk was, you know, his shooting ability, they were surprised by that.
Yeah.
But then when you get a KD who shoot like Dirk and then dribble,
got a handle
like a I ain't gonna say Kyrie, but got a handle like maybe like a
I'll say
Chris
DeMar.
Paul or maybe some. I ain't gonna say Chris Paul. Chris Paul got a handle. Chris Paul got an underrated handle that we don't talk about.
Chris Paul gets himself out of trouble a lot with his ball handling skills. I was saying DeMar because DeMar got a good handle, but we don't talk about it.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's why KD stick out. But my most skilled player is Kobe. I don't care what nobody said.
Yeah, that's fair.
Kobe then Jordan.
That's a post. We can make that a post too.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea.
Yeah, so that's me. We can argue about it. We go to war about it. Yeah. Fuck wrong with y'all. Damn, what was on Dwight?
no, we good. We was past Dwight, and we was going to the next topic, but we brought up Dwight.
But I guess similar to the Laker, sticking on like Laker information, Darvin Ham went over to
back to
Milwaukee. He's gonna be Doc Rivers' top assistant over there. Think that was a good move for him. I think any move would have been good for him at this point, but
I agree.
How you think? Well, how do it benefit the Bucks? I guess
it benefits the Bucks because of familiarity.
Yeah,
because he was there when they won.
Yep.
So, and Darvin Ham, I think he's an example that sometimes an assistant coach is just a good assistant coach. Like, not everybody can be a head coach, and that's okay. And I think that he did good as an assistant coach, so I think he'll be beneficial to them. And I think that he's going to give that team something they didn't have because they didn't have that coach who was an enforcer. Mm-hmm. Like, just as much as you need like a Draymond on the court or a Bill Laimbeer on the court, you need that person on the bench with the pen and the pad and the clipboard too. Like, you know, you didn't get to your spot. Look how the fuck we drew it. Da 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 da. And like, He's good for that because he's not the leader. So he don't got that pressure on him. Plus, I was also, and I'm gonna say this too. Some people may not like it. Plus, he's not coaching LeBron. You're not coaching no one. Someone who be like, all right, I got it. We got it, nigga. Like, he not gonna go to that level of disrespect. We can call it disrespect, or I would say that presence of a player, because familiar system. He just got a new player to work with now in Dame. So
that's right. See, the internet would have made a joke off of what you just said. He was like, this ain't how we drew it up. The internet would say he ain't drawing nothing on the board anyway. He said him and Doc. I forgot what the picture was, but it was like a kid was just drawing. It was like Darvin, him and Doc in the huddle drawing their plays. And the picture was like a chicken or something like that.
That's funny.
Some shit like that. I was like,
that's funny.
Y'all relax about bands, relax about bands.
That's funny, but I don't think he's gonna get them. I'm not guaranteeing this is they got him back. They're going back to the championship, but okay, they got someone who's familiar, someone who was good at that role before. I think that's not a bad move.
Yeah. Someone with experience.
Yes.
Even if, his situation didn't work out.
Yep.
I guess sticking on the coaching topic, they said the Lakers are officially interviewing JJ Redick now. Of course, a lot of people still think it was like a bad move on LeBron's part for starting a podcast with JJ. Me personally, I didn't care about them starting a podcast, but it was kind of weird that LeBron started in season.
Yeah,
that was weird because we already know how LeBron is in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll turn off his social media. He won't post and shit like that. He'll zone in. Yep. So it was kind of weird. Mm-hmm. That they started this in season.
You saw the joke saying that podcast was his interview.
Yeah, facts. Like I appreciate it because of course, there's some terms that we don't know as athletes that didn't make it all the way up to the professional level.
Yeah, like
when he call out certain sets. Of course, I do recall like some of the sets because I Coach Scott talked about it, but like some of the vocabulary they was talking about is good to know.
Yeah,
but you can't do that while in season. Your coach, he ain't certain to have a job next season, and you over here breaking. You got JJ over here breaking. Oh no, see, we gonna have you here.
Yep,
we gonna have AD over here. Mm-hmm. Like, come on,
we good.
Like, come on now, but. I think we already touched on it a little bit, but is he a good fit? JJ, is he a good fit for us or not? Or who would you rather see?
You want me to say something make the internet unhappy, or you want me to give my? No coach is gonna be good enough for LeBron. It's not. Like a lot of people forget
the Lakers is a tough job.
The Lakers is a tough job. A lot of people forget that LeBron ain't never really been happy with a coach. The only coach that he had most respect for was Spoelstra, but that was after Godfather Pat Riley told his ass deal with it.
No. Because I'm not too informed on it, but I did hear something where him and Spoelstra had some discrepancies, and he wanted really to push Spoelstra out of that joint.
He did, and that's what happened. Pat Riley told his ass deal with it, work it out, and they did.
Yeah,
which was good for both individuals. But no coach is gonna be good enough for LeBron because LeBron is such a basketball sound mind that he's low key always gonna think that he's better at game planning, doing what the coach does. Like, let's be real. We've all have been in positions where people do our job, but we know we can do it better.
Oh, yeah.
That's LeBron with almost every coach that he's had. So, no coach is going to be good enough for LeBron. But I say that to also say, fuck it. Might as well. At this point, might as well. Because we're not hiring Sam Cassell. No one's going to give Mike Brown a chance.
Mark Jackson.
I meant to say Mark. No one's gonna give Mark Jackson a chance. We weren't gonna get whatchamacallit from UConn.
Like he came out of nowhere.
You won't leave in that situation.
I wouldn't.
No, you
You'd
got
be
a
dumb
chance.
if you leave that
You got a
situation.
chance to 3P and you making more than what the Lakers was offering.
Come on, man.
And you still got damn near your whole team. All right, yeah.
Yeah, why would I do that?
Why would I do that? No. So, might as well. Might as well. I care more about the roster.
See that's what I wanted to bring up. I was like, we got a whole lot to do this off season, and the new rule now, if y'all haven't heard, is like once the finals is over, free agency start. Like, if the game in, what time the game come on tonight? 8:30.
8:30.
If the game in at 11:05, 11:06, you might get some news.
Yeah, someone signed something.
Like that's how the new rules is. But I was thinking, I was like, man, we gotta figure out this coaching situation because we got the draft. When is the draft?
The draft
is this month? Is next month?
I think the draft's in 2 weeks.
So have draft coming up soon, and let's be real, like Rob, you got to figure out the future of the Lakers, because I feel like, I think I mentioned this before too. I feel like we about to be in another drought like we were. I think like 2013 through 2016.
I was gonna say the 2018.
The 18 shit. I'm about to say, yeah, it was about a 5 year. It was about a 5 years, Joe. I feel like that's approaching too, because let's be real, LeBron, he's still great for his age, but we could tell, even though he was great last season, we could tell the age is catching up just a little bit.
Yeah,
he's not getting off the ground like he was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So we gotta 3 years ago. So we gotta think like what we want to do moving forward. And no disrespect, but we don't have the Pelicans AD no more. AD can't. I don't trust AD as our one.
Nah.
Like we were trying to let you be the one all these years, and you didn't want to do it. You was barely on the floor too.
Yep.
Shout out to you for playing majority of the season this last season though.
Yep.
So we gotta applaud you for that.
But it's like I slightly applaud him for that, but he was incentivized to do it.
Yeah.
Like this has always been a pet peeve of mine with the NBA and like how it's been. Because I give other sports credit for this, where the NBA needs to do better. I shouldn't have to incentivize you to play the sport that you want. That's bullshit to me. Like, anywho, I'm sorry. Continue with you.
No, you can. But I say, like you said, I say fuck it.
Yeah, might as well.
Go ahead.
All right, welcome, JJ. Welcome.
I feel like Bron will be the silent coach anyway. So.
Yep. But I did hear we may draft Zach Edey at 17, and I like that because I said we need someone to play center, and Jackson Hayes ain't been cutting it. Christian Wood was hurt damn near the whole time, and AD, I know we like to have him at the 5 for like a speed and shooting and skill advantage, but Zach Edey 7'4", about almost 300.
Yeah,
I'd take a chance on him.
But how?
I would.
I wouldn't mind it, but how you think it will affect our offense? Because you got to think, like, Zach, he's a big body.
Yeah.
AD, he's a big body.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Bron going to be at the 3, most likely, if he's not playing point. But,
Cause we don't know about D'Lo.
You don't know about D'Lo yet. Just how you think that may affect our spacing on the offensive end?
I think that to fix that, that's when we need to go get more shooting. Because look what we did in the bubble. We had JaVale, we had Dwight, and we had Bron, we had AD. There was because you go look back, there was that rotation of Dwight, JaVale, AD, Bron, Caruso, Rondo, and Kuzma. That was like the main 7-man rotation right there. And out of those 7 people, 5 of them are above 6'7". So, but it's like we also had Danny Green, who was knocking down jumpers. Kuzma shot pretty decently during that series. We won't give him enough credit. But I think that we need to go get some more shooting, and I think that'll help it because we need more size, bro. Like, we do, because AD gonna get... Joker is just his weakness. Like, he is. And then on top of that, I think this season... You
can say Sabonis, too.
Yeah, Sabonis, too. But it's this season, I think AD, a part of beside just playing for the incentivized part of it, I think he was also playing safe. And it's like, AD, I know playing safe from AD, he's still going to get like 23 and 11. But those games where AD's aggressive, he's getting like 30 and 15.
Yeah.
But he can't sustain that. So I think a body like, I was about to call him Zubac because that's what the internet be calling him. But like Zach Edey would be helpful because, like I said, Christian Wood was hurt most of last year. And Jackson Hayes, he ain't worth a bag of Cheetos. I'm just being completely real. So we might as well. Like, it's just a might as well. It's a might as well season.
Facts.
Realistically. Because it's like, then, okay, if we get him and let's say he come off the bench, okay, now you put Rui in the starting lineup. And it's AD Brown, Rui, Reeves, and if we keep D'Lo. So then now Edie get his reps with Bronny. You know, they can be, Stockton Malone off the bench. Well, it's just a fucking year. I really wish.
I see it.
I wish it was a better way to say it, but it's a fucking year about to be.
We just fighting for the play-in.
That's it. We fighting for the 9th seed. Fuck it.
Man. But we're gonna move along just a little bit. We're gonna get into some WNBA talk.
Yeah.
So first,
I got a question though, there. I'm sorry. Is it just a fucking year for the NBA? Like,
you talking about this
upcoming
past
season?
Or the upcoming?
This upcoming season, because like it just crossed my mind. I hate to interrupt the flow of the show.
No, go for it.
But it's like we in that situation. The Warriors got Clay going on. Miami may be leaving.
I wanted to bring that up too.
Yeah, like Miami may be leaving. Trading Jimmy. PG may be leaving. The Clippers blowing up. The 76ers may get rid of Maxey. Indiana still don't know if Siakam gonna resign. Toronto is in flames.
KD is up in the air.
KD's up in the air. The Nuggets still got things to figure out. They had a good season. Like, Houston's probably going to draft another guard, and then you're going to have 7 guards on that roster. Is it just a fucking season coming up, bro?
I don't know. Was it last? I'm not sure it was last of...
Oh, Atlanta. Maybe trading both Trey and DeJounte Murray.
Was it last year or the year before that? But it was one all season where it was like, what the fuck is happening? I believe it was the year before last, if I'm not mistaken. It was one of these years. But it was like, yo, what the fuck is happening? People moving here, people moving there. Like, I feel like it's gonna be one of those. Yeah, I think it have to be. Mm-hmm. Especially when you talk about how weak this draft class is.
Yeah.
We don't, of course, I feel there may be like one or two that's going to stick out from that class. I think it always is, even though, just similar to the, I forgot what draft class it was. It's like Oladipo.
Yeah, his class. Was it 2013?
Well, no, it may not be him, because that was a decent one, right? No.
Oladipo had a decent class.
It was a class with like class? It was like like that, but it's also the one with Bennett.
Okay.
Like just
I can't remember the year, but
it's still always a couple that come out each class that's gonna be good NBA players. So I feel like it's gonna be like that again.
Yeah.
This draft class, but you ain't gonna have an impact player right away.
No.
You're not gonna have an impact player right away. Like we had in the past few years, so you're gonna have to make some stars gonna be moving around.
Mm-hmm.
Like stars are gonna be moving around this season. We haven't spoke on Zach LaVine.
Yeah, Zach LaVine. We don't know the Bulls. We'll get rid of him, but we want this. And other teams is like, nah.
Donovan Mitchell. We don't know what he gonna do. Did they sign a new coach yet?
No,
they haven't.
They still haven't signed a new coach yet. That's what I'm saying. It's just a fucking season about to happen.
Yeah, so it's gonna be some dumb stuff. Some dumb stuff happening.
You got some people who think Pop should retire, and that's been rumbling for a little bit now.
I think
New York. What they gonna do?
Pop need to be in the front office.
Yeah.
Like he need.
I
think he
could
could
do
still.
what Pat Riley doing.
Yeah. He need to be Pat. Like he could still have a say in the team, but I don't think Pop. Cause once again we getting old. Like I would think Coach K and Coach Ward Williams will be retired at around the same time. Like those are two great coaches, and they in the same boat with Pop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that time should be coming for Pop.
Yeah, that's who the Spurs should.
Because it's kind of like cause kind of like what's his name? The Utah coach, Jerry. What's his name?
Not Sloan. Jerry Sloan.
He coached for that long period of time. So a Pop is like similar to that, where you stay with that franchise for a long period of time, but the game has changed a little bit. Even though I appreciate his style of play, it's changing a little bit. I'm not sure if how the Spurs historically played is gonna win a championship.
Yeah,
like especially when you have a generational talent like Wemby. Like you got
bring it over.
When you have somebody like Wemby, man, you have to put some pieces around him. And we already talked about, you might need somebody like a Trae Young to come over, somebody like a Klay Thompson to come over, some shooters around.
I'm telling you, bro. I still think the Spurs make that trade for Trae Young, bro. I think it would work.
But to answer your question, yes, it's gonna be a fucking season. But to the WNBA, we're gonna talk about that a little bit before we go on break. First, shout out to you say shout out to Angel Reese. She's the only. Well, she had a record, right?
Yeah, she was the first rookie to get 100 points and 100
points, 100 rebounds. The only rookie currently to average a double-double. And then Asia Wilson, the MVP herself.
Yep.
I think it was like 8 straight games, 25 plus. She's averaging 28. Well, she's leading the WNBA in scoring with 28. She's leading the WNBA in rebounding with a little over 11. So, like, if you want to round it off, it's 12. So, another MVP season for Asia Wilson. The team is not doing good starting off. They already got the same amount of losses as they did all of last season. So rough start. Chelsea Gray isn't back yet. Well, I think she started practicing.
No, she's not back yet.
But
she started practicing, but it's not full 5-on-5.
Yeah. So, but I think when she come back, they gonna have another leader on the floor, floor general, and I think things will start turning for the Aces. I think they good though.
Yeah, they fine.
Liberty, they just got a great team.
They do.
Liberty got a big 3 over there.
And it's
we talk about the 4. We talk about the 4 Olympians that's on the Aces, but Liberty got 3, the big 3. Like Jones.
Yeah.
Jones be doing more than Breonna Stewart and Sabrina in some of those games.
But it works for them.
Yeah,
it works. Like I would say besides the talent, they are so well coached.
Yeah,
I think that they have a great coaching staff over there in New York Liberty. Like for if I'm a woman, that's like top 3 of the teams I want to play for.
No,
it's
thanks.
Them, Dallas, and then you gotta flash it. LA.
Yeah, you gotta throw it in there.
But they would be my number 1 because just that culture, that coaching staff is like that over there. No, you just gotta tip your hat to it.
Cool. But of course, the obvious topic that's been going around for the past week or two, and I'm not gonna lie to you, right? On Twitter, you can mute words,
right?
So
interesting.
I got tired, so I muted Caitlin Clark, Cece.
God damn,
I muted all of those because just the.
Why you hating?
It's not the hate. I just needed my peace. My feed every day with just some crazy stuff. I was like, I'm tired of seeing this. I said, let me mute it for a week. Let me just give me a week free and somehow it still came across my feed.
Yeah,
I was like, come on,
because if
man.
you do that, you gonna have to block ESPN, Sports Center,
I was like,
Highlight.
I just got tired. I said, let me just mute this for a week, and then I come back to it.
Man,
It's just some stuff happened. I said, look, I don't know,
man.
but
she had a record too as well.
Yeah. Was like 200 points, 200 points, 75 rebounds and assists.
Didn't whatchamacallit have something too, right?
Who?
I thought Cameron had it. No, she had a career night. My bad. I thought she had a record.
You would know more than me.
Oh.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah. But she stayed getting them endorsements. You go ahead, girl. You go ahead.
Need to go that way.
We'll be right back. Nah, Jimmy to beat you there.
Yeah, you see,
man.
You see? Did you peep him though? Man. Did you peep him?
I'm not mad.
Like, he ain't slick. He ain't slick.
I'm not mad
at him. Got the jersey on. She in the picture. Like,
man, look,
every
man in the comments was like, "We got you, Jimmy. We got you."
We ain't slick, man. You're supposed to be in Miami. Figuring out your contract, nigga.
Pat.
Fuck you in LA. Fuck you doing,
if you're not in a Lakers jersey, I don't want you on this side of the coast.
Yeah, talking about that purple and gold look good. Do it.
I bet the fucking do look good.
Man, I see that shit. I was like, man, get this nigga out of here, yo.
I sent it to one of my group chats. One of my boys said, I wasn't familiar with his game.
Oh, God. I see that. I peeped all that shit. I said, oh, this nigga here, man.
I'm going to DM him. How the fuck do you get off? The audacity of you. Fuck you.
Oh, my God, man. Facts, man.
Go do your fucking Hulu deal.
Right, why you on these Bad Boys commercials and shit?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Don't you got something better to do?
No, than be in fucking LA. You weren't even in LA this season to play. What the fuck you doing here now? Look.
We ain't gonna talk about it. Oh my God, but yeah. So, one of the main topics that was going around was who got snubbed off of the Team USA team.
Right.
A lot of people were saying Caitlin Clark got snubbed off the team. Shout out to the women that did make it. Let me see. I'm gonna pull up the list.
I'm calling Jimmy, by the way. I'm playing with this nigga.
So of course you had Diana Taurasi. You got Jackie Young, Asia Wilson, Lisa Thomas, Brianna Stewart, Kelsey Plum, Jewel Lloyd, Sabrina. You got Brittany Griner, Chelsea Gray. I don't know if she's gonna still be playing, but for now, Chelsea Gray is still on the team. Kalia Cooper, and I don't want to mess up this name. Nafisa. From the Minnesota Lynx.
Oh, where they?
Oh, right here.
Yes, Nafisa Collier. I think I used to say Collier.
Apologies if we butchered that
we so
name.
sorry.
But those are the 12 women that made the Team USA roster. And once again, I try to look at both sides of everything. I get everything. Well, before we get into that, I did want to talk about the conversation around the WNBA, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I understand. I think that's what we, when we talk about specific players, how we talked about, Melo was just chasing the money instead of chasing this and that. Mm-hmm. When we talk about NIL deals in college, just how things, instead of you having a love for the game, it's turning more into just money. Now people is just starting to play for money. Mm-hmm. But that's on both sides. That's on player side as well as executives. You want to make the most money. You see the headline where the WNBA still most likely will lose $50 million this season. So I understand it from a business perspective, where if this is the person that's getting all the attention, continue to utilize her in any way any way possible to make your profit. Like, I get all of that. I understand all of that. So I can't argue. That point.
Mm-hmm.
But I still is like, she's not the best right now. I think she'll get there. But out of the guards that's on the team, she's not replacing any of those people.
I slightly disagree, bro. Take DT ass off.
You can't though.
You can't. She's just a legacy pick. So that's it. Like, let's look at the dream team in '92. Bird could have been off that team. He played like 8 minutes a game, and they could have put Isaiah Thomas on there.
He could have. But I think I would say the difference is, Taurasi's still putting up numbers, even though she's still 20 some years.
Yeah, she's 42. League. Yeah,
she's still putting up numbers, and you could use her for the leadership side. That's why they brought somebody like a Kobe in. That's why they brought somebody like Jason Kidd in for that leadership side. And with having that much international experience, like if she win gold again, well, most likely they will. She win gold again, she'll have 6. You know, that's most out of any men's and women's.
Well, I got a question. Let's say, because I also think Chelsea Gray don't need to be on the roster, because I just personally want her to get healthy. Because if like the WNBA season almost over, like the regular season is almost over, they halfway through.
Yeah, it's like they like a quarter through. They're more than a quarter through.
Okay, if she doesn't play at all this season, then she shouldn't play in the Olympics.
That's fair.
For a health reason.
Yeah. Similar to Kawhi.
Yeah. Similar to Kawhi. I think that's where Caitlyn, that's where she could go from the marketing standpoint. I think she should have been on the 3v3 team.
That could have worked.
Her, Cameron Brink, and Angel, that's not a bad 3v3 team. Because Brink can hit the 3, she can hit the mid-range, Angel got the paint cover, and we know what Caitlyn can do. I think she should have been on an Olympic roster, but it should have been the 3v3 team.
Gotcha. I'm not mad at that.
Because you still get your exposure. She still is in the Olympics, and they still more than likely will win gold that way as well. Right. So that covers those 3 basics. Now, I get the argument of not putting her on the main team because we want to win. But it's like Stephen A. had a point, though. If like all these years for men and women's basketball, there's always been one rookie or that one college player on the roster. DT, Candace Parker, Anthony Davis, Christian Laettner. And I get how it feels that the argument is disingenuous now. Because if we can do this from 92 to 2016, and that's fine for a marketing exposure, why is it different this time? That's the argument standpoint of like, what is it now? And it's like, oh, well, the U.S. got a chance to win. The U.S. had a chance to win too in 2012 with Anthony Davis or with Blake Griffin, who he replaced. Same thing with the women's team in 2016. Same thing with the women's team in 2012. I think it was 04 with DT. Same situation. Like, that's where the argument becomes disingenuous, and that's where it looks like it's against her, because it's like we've made this decision for marketing reasons as well as to win, and now here's the opportunity with Caitlin Clark, and we don't want to do it. That does look suspect if you're looking at it from that standpoint. However, the other side of the argument has a lot of weight too. These women have experience, but only 9 of the 12 women on the roster have been to the Olympics before, so they have experience.
I think it's 8. I think it's 8 because I think it's 4 first times.
Okay, 4 mistaken. Okay.
I think Kelsey is one of them.
Okay.
Sabrina. I want to say. I wish I wrote it down. I want to say Jackie and Jewel for some reason.
Okay.
But I believe it's 4.
Okay.
That's first time.
Yes. So it's like that argument of she's not used to this, I think is bullshit, because you still have people on this roster who haven't played either. But if you want to talk about, like, you know, they still have the best chance to win with this roster, that's fair to say. Because even though Chelsea Gray, it doesn't play, we know what she does and we know who she is as a player. She's a very dominant player. She was a big piece in the Aces winning. We get that. It's just one of those things where you had an opportunity and you didn't do it. I don't think you're going to lose anything. You're going to win the gold. But from the marketing standpoint, it's a fair point to be like, this was your opportunity. And then with that, it's like, but she wouldn't have played. Okay, she maybe wouldn't have played. But who says Chelsea Gray is going to be healthy? Who said that some of these women aren't going to play anyway? Like, I don't see DT playing the whole time. I see her playing like a lot against the lesser, not against the harder teams, but the lesser teams who they can win with probably just Asia. I don't see her playing that much those games either, and that's where you could have put Caitlyn in. But like, all right, go get them. So there's ways where this could have worked, and there's also ways where it being the same is just going to be what it is. But I'm still gonna say she should have been on the 3v3 team.
I think my back hurt like a motherfucker. I think
so stretch it.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, with me, personally, I just like to keep the same. I just like to keep the same energy across the boards. Because when the men's team came out, we talk about how do this person deserve it more than like a Kyrie.
Yeah.
How did this person deserve it more than a Brunson?
Yeah.
And things of that nature. So when I look at the team, I was like, those women are more deserving of the roster spot, especially having WNBA experience, professional experience, and then Caitlyn just getting into the league and whatnot. And personally, I think Caitlyn just needs some rest.
That's fair.
I think
that's fair.
I
mean to interrupt you, but that's an argument that I've recently heard that makes the most sense. Like, you're right. You're right.
Like, the way the season falls is like, because I was looking, I was like, why is there a gap in the season? But I was like, damn, they do got the Olympics, so you literally have to pause your season, to go to the Olympics and then come back.
Yeah,
like, that's just fucked up.
Yeah,
and then you talk about the college players, they only had like 2 weeks off.
Yep,
they only had like 2 weeks off. Training camp was like 10 to 12 days or something like that, and the season started. These women, and I ain't making no excuses.
Yeah.
But if I'm keeping the same energy across the board, the men's ends in March. The draft is in June, July. That's what, 2-3, that's like 3 months right there, 3-4 months right there.
3-4.
That you already got a break.
Yeah.
And then your training camp doesn't start right away.
No.
You still have summer league.
Summer league is all July.
And then the regular season starts in October. The men have the most rest.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So when I look at it, I was like, man, maybe Caitlyn needs some rest.
Yeah.
Like, of course, she's still not playing bad, but she's not having the best start. It's still better than a lot of people.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? But just looking at it, I was like, maybe she just needs some rest. But I think it's more. We could have that conversation too, but it's just that fan base, man. That fan base is toxic. It's a toxic fan base, and somebody brought up. I think you mentioned it, but someone brought up the idea of like, if she's on a team, how people gonna feel if she doesn't get the minutes.
Yeah.
You see, they was chanting her. They was chanting her name. Who they was playing against? Was it?
It was
Connecticut.
Was it yeah, it was
Connecticut. Where the coach set her like late in the third and didn't put her back in the game.
Yeah.
That was an away game.
Yeah.
That was a away game. They were saying, "We won Caitlyn,"
and that was right before they played against Chicago again. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't even know. Like, of course, her jersey. So I don't know the demographic of that spot. But do we really know if she's an international star? Like, we just assuming at this point.
No, I guess that I will say this: some people overseas probably know about her because there are avid basketball fans overseas. But it's not the level of what some people are trying to say it is.
And this is also my argument on the thing. Is why do we care? And this is why I say that, because they overseas, most likely we're not even gonna be up to watch these games.
No, we gotta catch the replays, or you gotta wake up at 5 in the morning.
Exactly. We're gonna catch the replays to all of these games. We catching the highlights to all of these games.
Yeah.
So why the fuck do we care?
Like, legit, the
You know what I'm saying?
earliest I saw a USA basketball game was like 1 in the morning.
Early type shit. It's like, come on now. Y'all not even gonna be watching the game, so it's not like your ratings gonna count. You just catching the ESPN highlights.
Yeah.
And things of that nature. But it also made me think,
because Prime TV is for track, swimming.
Yes.
Shoot.
And you gonna be on TV before Simone Biles?
About to tennis, all of that's 8 in the morning to like 3 p.m. Those sports that the world likes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and that's why I brought it up. I was like, do we even know if she's an international star? We just assuming at the point. And this is not necessarily in regards to the Olympics, but I really don't know. When I see it, think about it, I really don't know how all this discourse, like all the discussions around the WNBA, is really helping them. Because it's not about basketball.
No.
It's not about basketball at all.
You can't deny that people watching them.
And like, people are watching.
People are watching.
But if you're just watching for one person, how did that really help the whole league?
Because basically this is from a media marketing standpoint. The hope is that if the league really watches this one person, that's going to draw attention to other people. That's the thought behind it. It's sort of like when people go take like a young kid to go watch someone train. It's like, yo, come on, let's go watch so-and-so at Longwood practice by themselves. And it's supposed to inspire you to work hard too. That's the same thing with the casual fans. Is if we see that Caitlin Clarkson numbers are doing this great, okay, that's supposed to spark something with us. Which doesn't always work all the time. And I think that's what they're trying to capitalize on. Because it's one of those things where it's a double-edged sword. You're right. Caitlin has amazing numbers. She's had more views for her games than the WNBA season last year. That's amazing. But if they're watching the game only for Caitlin and not the aspect of basketball, then yeah, it doesn't help a lot. However, numbers don't lie. And it's like, that's what these execs are going to focus on, is the numbers. But that has nothing to do with necessarily the game of basketball.
Yeah.
Because it's like yesterday, I went out to eat. I was watching the, the Mercury play. I'm just watching the game, enjoying my food.
Yeah.
Cool. But that game wouldn't have been as packed. Wouldn't have been packed like if they were, I forgot who they were playing, but it would have been more packed if they was playing the Indiana Fever. So from a media marketing standpoint, I get it, but I'm not necessarily agreeing with it. They're going with if this one girl gets all these views, that means they're watching you, watching me, watching her, and watching her. When they don't understand, the casual fans don't give a fuck about me and you and her and her. So that's where it's a problem. But it's also one of those things where you can't tell them nothing because of the viewership numbers.
Yeah. I think my issue, because I understand there's more casual fans than real fans. And just being on social media, you know how social media is.
Yes.
I think my only issue is it feel like the main sports media platforms are adapting the mindset of these casuals.
Right. I don't disagree.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just what I hate about it, because similar to how Monica was going off on Stephen A. And people can debate that if they want. You know how she said you could have been doing this 3 years ago. Some people may say, what is there to promote 3 years ago? Maybe if you actually looked at it, there could have been something that could spark. But
at the same time, though, if people don't want to watch it, people not going to watch it.
And that's the thing. You're going to watch it regardless. Like, you're going to watch it or not.
Yeah,
and that's how I feel about this whole thing. You're going to watch it or not. And that's not, and that's helping their TV deals.
Yeah.
But how much is it helping? The real revenue. Are you gonna actually go to the games and support it? And that's another thing too. Is like I see why they losing 50 mil because you can talk about the sold out arenas and everything of that nature.
Yeah.
But the tickets is $10.
Yep.
I looked up. I looked up
the thing for the Mystics.
The Mystics versus the Fever. That's Wednesday. Section 2, like 200 tickets was like $7 and $10. 100 section was like maybe double figure, like 20, something like that. One of the courtside seats was like $350.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
Yeah,
I could ball on that. But that's also why they probably losing money. So eventually, the price don't have to go up.
Did you see one of the deals they had?
Oh, you talking about the brunch?
The brunch,
yeah,
like $125
for
a press box.
I was about to slide up there.
I'm not mad at that.
I was about to slide up there, but I mean, it's good for, but stuff like that. But the prices for like that is good for the casual.
Yes.
Until you start becoming a real. Once you become a real fan and then they started raising the price, and then that's where we're going to see where the actual support is going to come from.
Absolutely.
So the prices now is cool, but it's not really good for them long term because you're going to have to raise those prices.
Yeah.
You're going to have to raise those prices. But I think the last thing I'm going to say before we go on break is just like, I don't know, man. I think for us, we coach youth league. Your sister with middle school sports, middle school basketball. It's like I just appreciate good basketball.
Oh yeah.
Of course, I think everyone can agree that they prefer men's over women in regards to athleticism and the things you can see at the game.
If we're talking about basketball.
If you're just talking about basketball.
Yeah, but I said we talking about tennis, I'm going women's tennis.
Right.
Me personally.
Yeah.
Them girls are nice, bro.
No, I know. You ain't gotta tell me. I know. I seen it. I seen it. But excuse me. But I just appreciate good basketball in like even at the lowest level. Like I don't really care about the dunks. I mean, of course it's exciting, but in regards to the women's sports, I don't care about the dunks and everything like that. You still got people that can have the tightest handle. You still have people that can give you a jumper in your face. You still have people that can post you up and things of that nature. And I don't know. I just feel like when we talk about the women's sports, it's a level of hate. Like we be hating a little bit. Like men, I'm talking about men. Men, we be hating a little bit when motherfuckers be like, maybe they should lower the goal to 9 feet. Nigga, can you dunk? Let's start there. Nick, let's start there. Can you dunk? Okay. If you cannot dunk, don't even talk about no 9 feet. Cause y'all go to these open gyms every goddamn week, and none of y'all motherfuckers in there dunking. But y'all be talking about, there's some good basketball happening, nigga. Man. They do the same shit. They do the same shit and better.
It's like I'm just saying this. One. I'm just, once again, from the media marketing standpoint, the average casual viewer, and even like the really diehard Caitlin Clark fans, like her for the entertainment value. Like, that's why I think her being compared to Steph is fair. Because if you go look at when the Warriors be in the finals versus the other teams in the finals, they have some of the best views from 2015 to this year. Because Steph is exciting. He jacked that shit up from half court. Turn around, get a sip of water, hug his wife, and then they go in. She provides that same level of excitement. And that should not take away from the other women who are great at what they do. Because Asia Wilson's exciting to watch. Sabrina's exciting to watch.
I'm about to say, Sabrina may not got the step back like Caitlin.
No.
But she gonna knock that. She hit this one bitch the other night. I forgot who they was playing against.
It was deep too. I know the clip.
You know what I'm talking about.
She launched that shit.
She launched that bitch. Nothing but win.
It won't supposed to go win.
Nothing but net though. That bitch did not touch rim.
Nah. That was clean. That was a good shot.
What's another name? And then when you go back on the stud part, what's her name from the Wings?
Yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
She hit that half court shot. Like she a baller, bro. Like you got these people that ball, bro. Like just hoop.
Yeah.
Like,
cause like even it's like even Angel Reese, she averaging a double. She got things in her game that I just think she need to work on. But other than that,
offensively, she got a lot that she can work on.
She got a lot she got to work on. But that's still impressive. Averaging a double. Exactly. You got to give her credit. You got to give her that credit. But it's like until the main solutions are, besides marketing and besides internal things with the league, casuals have to understand basketball first and understand that basketball is not just excitement. And then the execs also got to listen to and be like, yes, we got that, LeBron dunking over 3 dudes or Giannis clearing Tim Hardaway Jr. is exciting. But that's not the only part of basketball that matters. So as soon as the execs stop focusing on that and the casual fans, if everybody starts caring about basketball, it'll be better.
Yeah.
That's my biggest takeaway. Because there are phenomenal, talented women in the league who are being unnoticed just because they can't windmill. And that's not fair. It's not fair. However, you all have to give the game a chance. Because a buzzer beater at the 3 is just as exciting as a dunk from the free throw line. And the women can definitely do that.
I mean,
I've seen it. I've seen it in person. I've seen it watching TV. I've seen it out at the bar. These games can be just as exciting as NBA games.
You have to be real fans. And the last thing I would say is just getting off the casuals. Like the media just got to do a better job.
That's true.
The media just got to do a better job. Like a lot of trends. And that's what I don't like about ESPN. Well, starting not to like about ESPN. Of course, trends start on social media, but that don't mean you gotta cover it.
Yeah, look what they did with Brownie.
You don't have to cover it.
Yeah,
like stay away from those topics. Like you can the media itself, y'all can come together as a collective, as an industry, and be like, all right, what direction we want to take this. Mm-hmm. Like y'all supposed to be professionals, so y'all know what clips is gonna go, and what's gonna start the conversation and make the attention on the WNBA better than what it is. Yeah, like that's the last thing I would say.
You're right. We got to make it fair. We got to, but it's still gonna be tough because if people don't want to watch, they're not gonna watch.
Yeah. And that's on them.
Because you're missing some good basketball. If we're being real, you're missing some good basketball.
Yep, let them do it. But we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about who would be our perfect player, as well as get into the NBA Finals, and then lastly, reaching or teaching. So we'll be right back.
Unfiltered Brothers is on Patreon. Be sure to become a member and show your support for the podcast. Your support will help us invest in our business to help the podcast grow and expand our brand. There are 3 tiers you can choose from. Get early access to the audio and video a day before the episodes are available on streaming services and YouTube. Be the first to know about special announcements and get access to exclusive episodes or content. Also, 10% of tier 3 will also be donated to a charity of our choice at the end of each year. So thank you in advance.
And welcome back to you reaching or teaching. So I proposed a question last week. Was it last week?
Yeah.
My time be gone.
It was technically last week, but it was a few days ago.
Yeah. So I posed a question. So I said, if you had to create the perfect basketball player, whose attributes would you have? So it includes scoring. That's 3 levels. 3-pointer, mid-range, a layup, passing, rebounding, handles, athleticism, vision, as well as mentality, work ethic. Alright, so mine would be starting off. So scoring, all 3 is different. So my 3 is Steph. My mid-range is mid-range himself, Sean Livingston. And then my layup package,
Man was nasty.
my layup package it gotta be Kyrie. My layup package is Kyrie. Passing, it was up in the air. I said Jason Kidd though
Okay.
for my passing. Rebounding, I got Wilt. Handles, Kyrie. Athleticism, I got LeBron. My vision, I had to make a decision here too, but I got Rondo for my vision. And then I got mentality, work ethic, Kobe Bean Bryant.
Got you.
So yours, 3-pointer.
3, Ray Allen.
Ray Allen. Mid range.
See, now this is where I'm torn because I already know like the layup package. I'm picking Kyrie. Mid range is tough for me because I love DeMar's mid range, I love Kobe's mid range, I love D Wade's mid range, and I love LaMarcus Aldridge's mid range. Because LaMarcus Aldridge's mid range was nice.
No, in fact.
He get you on that high post turnaround, back you down. He can get a little step back, and get it. His mid range was nice, but I'm gonna pick Kobe's. I'm gonna pick Kobe's mid range.
Nice.
He shoots well contested from the mid range.
Oh yeah, that's facts. Passing,
Magic.
can't
I
deny
got a
that.
little flair with it.
Rebounding.
You ain't nothing.
Yo, losing on crazy.
I love watching that documentary, man. Rebounding?
Go at him then.
I want Karl Malone. You better get him back.
Get him back.
I'm like, Magic was the antagonizer.
I swear to God.
I'm like,
But that would be me though.
Man.
I ain't gonna cat. You gonna let him do that to you? Go back at him.
Yeah.
Man, that would be me, bro.
but it was good for the competition,
I swear
though.
to God.
Oh, man.
I know it. Yeah.
You gonna Larry? Get him, Larry!
I swear to God. Who was that?
Rebounding. Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman.
That's a good one. Handles.
Jamal Crawford.
Athleticism.
Vince Carter.
Nice. Vision.
Chris Paul.
And then work ethic, mentality.
Work ethic of Giannis. Mentality of Kobe. Because, like, look how Giannis transformed himself, bro. From his rookie years to now.
I think that's one of the best like transformation of a player. Just his transition.
Yeah, like he ain't hitting the 3 like he did his first 2 years, but I'll take that for the muscle he put on, the speed he gained, the athleticism he gained. I'll take that. I'll not be good at shooting. Give me all of that. I'll take it. I will take it.
All right, so y'all let us know in the comments who your perfect player would be, what attributes they would have. You know, looking forward to reading them, but we're gonna move on to some NBA talk.
Woo.
So once again, we're recording this Monday, June 17th. Game 5 happens tonight, 8:30. Boston is up 3-1. They took the first 3 games. Dallas took the last game in good fashion.
Yes. Yes.
I think it was about 38.
Yeah.
So before we get into Game 5 tonight, let's not necessarily recap, but what's your thoughts on the previous 4 games? And did you think it would be? Do you think it would be where it's at now?
I think Caitlin Clark did an amazing the first 3 games did not go how I 100% thought. They went like 85% how I thought.
Right.
I knew Boston was going to be up. I had the Mavs winning in 7. But I expected it right now to be 3-2. I mean, not 3-2.
2-2.
2-2. I expected it to be 2-2 because I was going to have Boston winning tonight, Dallas winning Game 6, and then upsetting Game 7. So, Game 1 didn't go how I wanted to. But Game 2 did. Game 2 went exactly how I thought it was going to go. Game 3 was surprising. It was surprising because I thought that Dallas was going to have some adjustment issues being on the road. Not Dallas. Boston was going to have some adjustment issues being on the road. But they didn't. So good for them. They adjusted very well, especially defensively. So game 1, my heart was broken. Game 2 and 3, I was like, yeah, I saw that coming. So thank God for game 4, though. Thank you, Dallas. Lord.
Yeah. Similar to you, I thought it was gonna be 2-2, especially that game 3. Like you said, I thought Dallas should have pulled that off.
They should have.
I blame Luka.
That's fair. I do
blame Luka.
I do too.
Even though, the role players gotta step up more.
Yep.
Like, it can't be just Luka and Kyrie.
Nope.
But Luka, he did better game 4.
Mm-hmm.
But game 3, it was just horrible.
Yeah.
The defensive end, it was just horrible. It was tough to watch, and it was when he got his 4th foul on Derek White.
Yep.
I was looking at the whole way. He picked him up full court. I was like, Luka, you don't play defense. Get your ass back.
Mm-hmm.
And like he was just howling and like reaching in. I was like, watch, he about to pick up a foul.
Yep.
A dumb foul. Picked up the foul. You know how you do one, you be like, that's on me.
Yep.
You do that when you got 1 or 2 fouls.
Yep.
You don't do that on your 4th one.
And
then once he got that 4th one, I was like, Luka's gonna get fouled out this game. Luka's
I was
gonna get
hoping
fouled
he
out.
would.
I knew it. From that point, I was like, Luka's gonna get fouled out this game. He got the 5th foul on Brown.
Mm-hmm.
They was like near the rim. And then the 6th foul came. And I was like, you just don't put yourself in that predicament.
Yep.
Like, it was like over 4 minutes left in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't put yourself in that predicament. Of
Also,
course, you don't want to just let him go to the basket, but like,
yep.
you got to be smart enough not to do that.
Yep.
You was about to say something.
I was gonna say also remember Tim Hardaway didn't contribute nothing in that game either. So we was missing that. Max Cleveland.
That was my question in game 1. Because when game 1 happened, Boston, of course, they are the better team, but they actually looked like the better team.
Mm-hmm.
Game 1, I think they had a big lead, but then Mavs came out that second half. They cut it down. I think they cut it down to like 8, but then they went right back up to like 20.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Yep.
Derrick Jones, he didn't really contribute. Me looking, I'm not sure if you feel the same way, but I'm like, this man haven't impacted the game.
Nah, he was doing cardio.
No,
he was getting a good workout.
He did better, even though he ain't like not points wise, but he did better to impact the game a little bit in game 4 than I seen him the previous 3.
Yep.
PJ, he's not consistent.
No.
You you expect him to knock down that corner 3.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't really making shots. Like he's back to Hardaway. I was wondering, like, why is he not in the rotation?
Mm-hmm.
Game 1, game 2, finally put him in game 3. Even though he was off, I still feel like he should have been in a rotation earlier so he can get those reps.
Yep.
I'm not making excuses for him.
Yep.
But it is the finals.
Yes, it is.
It is the finals, and you haven't been getting no reps.
Mm-hmm.
Sam on Boston has been getting more reps than you.
Yep.
But I think even though people call it, trash time and stuff like that, I think it was good for him to see the ball go in the rim.
Yep.
Game 4.
Mm-hmm.
5 for 7 from 3 just in that quarter.
Yep.
Shoot, just in those little amount of minutes. I think it was a record, if I'm not
For
mistaken.
him? Or for
No,
Dallas?
for like a finals.
Oh, I didn't know that.
For like 5 threes in a quarter.
I did not know that.
If I'm not mistaken. I'm
Shit.
going to look it up.
Also, they needed to get
Yeah.
Hardy involved too, and I'm glad that he played because he's another good piece for their team.
Mm-hmm.
So, the biggest thing that I'm glad that happened that game was adjustments in Game 4, and I think that that's what helped them. Was playing. Tim Hardaway got his confidence up. Hardy got to play. Lively played better. He played a lot better because I think he 11-8, but that 11-8 is big for him. Like, and it's very impactful to the team. But Game 4, the same thing from everybody, especially Kyrie, needs to happen tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Because Kyrie only averages 14 points a game. It
was a team record.
It was a team record? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. He averages 14 points a game playing in Boston. But he averages 28 playing in Dallas. So it's like, Kyrie, you the biggest X factor. Because we all can do what we can do. But if you don't show up, we losing by 15.
Yeah. And you gotta think, even though Boston they came out Game 4 like whatever.
Yeah.
I think they really didn't put all their energy into Game 4.
No.
So with that being said, Luka only had 27.
Yeah.
Kyrie only had 21.
Yeah, by 21, 22.
And the rest of the people, they really didn't contribute much on the offensive side. The bench had more points.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of the starters.
Yes.
What's his name? Josh Green.
Yep.
He was a good contributor
Mm-hmm.
in that last game. His defense, and that's why I stress just those second points, those hustle plays.
Mm-hmm.
I was seeing more, especially Game 1. I think Game 2 too. Just seeing more. Yeah, it was Game 2 too because Drew Holiday he went crazy. Game 2, but just that extra effort.
Mm-hmm.
And getting those second chance points and diving on the ball, just stuff like that. I appreciate that because I'm a defensive person more than anything. But Dallas finally showed that in Game 4. That's what I see. And their bench finally contributed more. But they gonna need all that plus some.
Yeah.
Kyrie gonna need
30.
He gonna need another 30-point game. He gonna know fuck that. They gonna have to do another Cavaliers. They gonna have to do 40-40.
Yeah.
Because Boston is not having the same game that they had Game 4, bro.
No, and
we know that.
I say, and if they do, you better take advantage of it. You better take advantage of it. Because I think we're also through Boston off Game 4 was they weren't expecting the bench to contribute as much as they did.
Right.
Because they were like, oh, Luka and Kyrie, that's why we're not going to really care. Like, I'm not worried about, Washington. But he was hustling. I'm not really worried about, like, Hardy and Hardaway. Damn, they hit them shits. Okay, let me go guard them. So now you applying so much, like, attention to them. Now Luka can go get his buckets. Now Kyrie can go get his buckets. So them underestimating Dallas's bench allowed Luka and Kyrie to get their flow. Mm-hmm. Will they make that same mistake again tonight? We'll find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. But they need to still keep the rotations how they did for the last game. Because also Jason Kidd I'm guessing he just had a realization, oh yeah, I have a good bench too. I don't just have Luka and Kyrie.
That's why I was wondering. I was like, why isn't Hardy playing?
Yeah.
Shoot, they got Morris. I mean, even though he didn't really contribute much, like, I feel like you could use him for,
something.
Rough up a little.
I'm saying, don't hit Tatum, but
rough him up just a little bit.
Yeah.
So
it's a little shake.
I mean, because they was playing. Dallas was playing at least 11. Yeah. But like you're saying, they got more on the bench. Yeah. And Celtics was sticking to, like that 8-man rotation, and I did get that notification. Porzingis is available again tonight for Game 5.
But are they gonna play him?
Most likely, he probably won't play.
I don't think KP.
I honestly won't. I won't play him unless they go like Game 7.
That's what I'm saying.
Even if they go back to Dallas, I wouldn't even play him.
No, I feel bad for him, bro, because I just want bros to be healthy. That's just it.
And that's an healthy, but that's another thing about this series that I wish happened Game 1, Game 2. Luka had great games, but Kyrie was just struggling in Boston. Yeah. Like, he didn't really do much. And I just wish that we see, even though Boston is the better team overall, I wanted Luka and Kyrie both to have great games. Yeah. So it won't be any excuses. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, Luka and Kyrie playing at the highest level of basketball, that would have been exciting to see.
It would have been.
He dropped a 30 game 3, but once again, Luka got fouled out, and they was going on that 20-2 run.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they was gonna come back, but they didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kyrie need a 30 piece tonight, 40 piece,
or at least a really good 25-point game. Like you missed like 2 shots, type of 25-point game. You made all your free throws. You got like 2 steals. Luka had something. And because if you're not gonna get 30 or get 40, then somebody else gotta go get almost 22 or get 20.
PJ have to be that third guy.
Yeah.
PJ gotta contribute at least 16.
Yeah.
At least 16 tonight. Jones, give me 10,
but
bro.
I say get 10.
Give me 10, bro.
If not 10, get 8 and 8.
Like, come on,
Go get
give
8
me
and
something,
you can
man.
get 8 and 8. You can get that JaVale McGee 8 and 8.
I feel like you too athletic not to give me, production on the defensive side.
Yeah.
Like, you too athletic for that.
Lively, do what you did.
I would say, Gafford.
Gafford, stay strong.
Yeah, stay strong. Yeah,
because they're picking on you on defense.
Yeah, Luka, move those feet, move those hips, turn those hips.
Less than 5 turnovers.
Facts.
Because he's gonna get like at least 3.
But I will also say in Boston, they did, especially Kyrie, they had good shots, but they just won't fall in.
Yeah,
like
that's different.
None of them Jones. Like it's different if like the defense is on you and they creating bad shots, but when your shot is just not falling, that's tough.
Yeah.
But I don't know. All right, so leaving off this, what's the prediction for tonight? Game 5.
Game 5, Mavericks win by 8. Mavericks win by 8. Luka's still gonna be the best player stat wise, but I think Kyrie be the best player production wise. And I'm gonna say this too. I don't think that Derek White is gonna have a great offensive night. I think he'll have a good defensive night, but I don't think he's gonna contribute a lot on offense tonight because I think they're gonna want to try to run through Tatum and Brown a lot to try to kill it.
Got you. It's tough for me to say, but I'm gonna say it.
Oh, and Drew Holiday getting a double-double.
I can see that. Once again, I want Mavs. I wanted to go back to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just can't see. I can't see Boston losing tonight. I cannot see Boston losing tonight. But I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Boston winning tonight. But I think Kyrie, Luka both gonna contribute 30. I think Luka will have a triple-double.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie, I think he have 30. I think he'll probably contribute like 6 assists, 6 or 7.
I say 5.
I think Lively will have a double-double.
Yeah.
I don't know. This game is gonna come down to PJ.
Yeah.
If PJ give me a good game, a good PJ game. I'm not saying you become Luka.
No.
Give me a good PJ game, and the Mavs will pull it off. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna stick with my choice. And then we're gonna move on to our last topic, reaching or teaching. And let me find it right quick. So it was a topic one of our listeners told us to cover.
We got you, Quincy.
Quincy?
Yeah. He asked.
Good. So pretty much with this one, it started on Gil's Arena. They was talking about number 1 options and whatnot. But the question is, reaching or teaching, Brandon Jennings would not have been the number 1 option if Michael Redd didn't get hurt.
You go first.
Kmart agree with that. Gil agree with that.
And Brandon didn't.
So yeah, Brandon ain't going for none of that. All right, so when you look at the stats, I'm gonna just throw out the stats. So Brandon came in the league, 09-010 season. He got Rookie of the Year, didn't he?
Yeah.
He received Rookie of the Year that year. Let's see, points per game. Not sure. He 15 points per game that year.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at Michael Redd's stats, so from 03 season to 08-09, he was averaging more than 20.
Mm-hmm.
So 9-10 season, he only played 18 games.
Right.
11. Pretty much you can run it off to 12 points per game. But I say they are teaching. I think in a lot of situations when you talk about any professional sport, or a team sport, I should say, you can say the same thing about Tom Brady.
I was gonna say Tom Brady.
If he didn't have his opportunity, if Drew Bledsoe didn't get hurt, so I think he was teaching Michael Redd. Michael Redd was a scorer, like good. I can't stand y'all left-handed motherfuckers, man. But a great shot. I remember he gave the Lakers, I forgot what year that was, he gave buckets. He gave it like 40, 50. But he was also part of the 08 Olympic team. He was just a better version, me personally, he was a better version of Chris Middleton for y'all today.
Interesting.
That's my
like that.
that's my opinion. He's just a better version of Chris Middleton, but he was the guy. But yeah, if he didn't get hurt, I believe he would still been the number one option. Offense definitely would have been ran through my career. I'm not sure who the coach was at that time, but yeah, they're teaching with that. I think he just contributes so much, and Jennings do too. I kind of compared him to AI when he got in the league. I remember because that was a time where I'm not sure if kids do it today or not. Of course, you got like Cooper, still, but I don't know if kids really look at like mixtapes like that anymore. Like,
I think they do, but they not like this random guy.
Yeah,
like they're not going to find somebody and be like, he nice. It has to be someone who's popular.
See, yeah.
Versus it's like mixtapes back then. It don't matter if it was like this well-known person or someone who we didn't.
And we
care
went to
about.
school and constantly talked about that. Like, we just talked about hoops. So Brandon Jennings was one of those ones because he went to Oak Hill. So he was one of those ones that I looked at doing in high school. Him, Quinn Cook, Frank Mason, of course, Lawson. Ty Lawson. Yeah, a lot of those people. But yeah, I think he was teaching. Michael Ray was just too good.
Yeah.
And I think he produces more on the offensive end than BJ did.
Yeah, and it's no slight to Brandon Jennings, but I think it's teaching too. Just because of everything you said, as well as it's just the way that he scored. It was just like when Melo's hot, for example, he just hot. Like Brandon, you don't get hot like how Ed Reed, how what you call it did. When I was thinking about football, like you don't get hot how he do. Like just 2 jumpers and he good. Like you were like that like in high school, but in the pros, that just wants your game. But you were still a bucket, so we still gotta give you credit. But they weren't teaching. I mean, they weren't reaching. They were definitely teaching, but it wasn't out of an aspect of you weren't good. It was just he genuinely was better than you. And it's all good.
And when you, and he'll try to debate this too. He be trying to trash the previous era of basketball. He's like, mine's the best. That's debatable.
Yeah, that is debatable.
I've heard I heard stories about how y'all people would act sick when D Rose came to town.
That's crazy.
So
that's wild.
let's relax. Two different people said that. I heard it from John Wall and Lawson. I heard from Ty Lawson on that. I'm not sure what podcast he's on, but I heard John Wall said it.
On Jeff Teagues?
It wasn't Teague.
Oh.
It was the one he got with the other North Carolina person. I can't think of his name. Theo. I think his name Theo. But he got like a podcast too. But yeah, I heard it from those two. So if y'all scared of Rose and y'all was taking breaks, you gotta think Ty Lawson. Michael Redd came in the league. When did he come in the league? I think 2000. Yep, he came in the league 2000. That's golden era. Mm-hmm. That's the GOAT right there.
That was hoopers, not basketball players, hoopers.
Yeah, like that's the golden era right there. And like like when you talk about just the defense, just the we talk about Kobe, just his ability to score and everything like that. Michael Redd was kind of the same. Big body. Yeah. Could post you up, quick release on his shot.
That's what I said. It don't take him much to get going.
Yeah, shoot off the dribble, shoot off the dribble, shoot off the pass. Just was a great offensive player, honestly. But yeah, he wouldn't. Yeah, no, they're teaching. Yeah, they're teaching. No disrespect to be there. He was a ball. He was a hooper too. Yep. Now, granted, I think on a one-on-one type shit, May could beat him one-on-one.
Yeah, if we going to 10,
I'm about to say
winning 10-8.
Yeah, but in regards to the team sport and who would lead the team farther along in the playoffs or whatnot, I would probably I would put the ball in Michael Redd's hands down the stretch. So that's what I got. Yep. Got any more?
Nope. That's all for me.
That's it. I think we pretty much covered majority of everything. Good. Once again, appreciate you all for the support. Continue to give us feedback. Continue to give us topics that you may want to hear on the show. Go ahead and give your shout outs to your brand.
Thank you. Go ahead and check out my podcast, the Woke Podcast. That's Woke in all caps and put it in the quotation marks. Make sure you check out my sponsors, Charlie Clothing and Katana Creations. Make sure you also shop on Unfiltered Brothers. They sell merch. Also check out their show on YouTube, anywhere you listen to your podcast. Sign up for their Patreon. Make sure you follow me on Instagram _Orleans15. I also take suggestions and stuff from my podcast as well as this one too. So today's Reaching the Teaching was brought to you by our boy Quincy Goodine. So thank you, Quincy. You all got any other questions for Reaching the Teachings or questions for a segment? DM us, let us know. Also, just let's just be respectful in the comments too. Like, I don't play disrespect. I know Derek don't, but we can talk basketball healthily. But definitely let us know if you got something, because we'll definitely love to talk about it. You never know, we could bring you on too. Facts. But that's it for me.
Yep. Follow the page, Reaching or Teaching. That's Instagram, Facebook, Reach or Teach 24. That's Twitter or X if you want to call it that. Reaching or Teaching on TikTok as well. Follow. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Unfiltered Brothers. Listen to the Work Podcast, Unfiltered Brothers Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, and like that. Share with a friend, share with a family, tell a friend to tell a friend. And I was gonna say something else. Fuck it.
I was about to say, did you just freeze? No,
I was gonna say that because I forgot. I was gonna do a shout out. I forgot it though. Fuck it. It'd be alright. But y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay safe. And we out here.